Big Polly's World of Sports Sims presents the Hometown Football League using Action PC Football 2020. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Hometown Football League, the HTFL. I'm Big Polly coming to you today. We're in Kansas City, Missouri, virtually, of course, for today's game between Cleveland and Kansas City. Each team 3-1 to start the year. Cleveland, the 4-point favorite, despite the game being played at Arrowhead Stadium. Rainy conditions and 60 degrees is our weather forecast for today. A slight bit of wind. I will play as Kansas City. I will play as, like I was saying, Cleveland will be playing as the computer. I will be playing as Kansas City, mostly on offense, but maybe a player or two for the whole game on defense. Kansas City lost the toss. Kansas City is going to get first half choice on Cleveland deferring, and Kansas City is going to receive. We have Otto Graham and Len Dawson, your quarterbacks for this game. And Otto Graham, for most of the week, was ranked number one in quarterback rating, although he was hurt a couple of weeks with an injury and has since come back. Paul Brown and Hank Stram are going to be your coaches. Cleveland is in the white uniforms and Kansas City in their home reds, and we will get this game started. Dante Hall back deep, and I forgot the other returners again. But we'll get that subsequently. Hall caught it at the 7, returned it to the 30, a pickup of 23. Setting up the Kansas City offense for you, Charles and McClinton will be your running back. Smith, Bowe, your wideouts, Tony Gonzalez at tight end, Trier, Shields, Redney, Walters, and Alt, your offensive line. For Cleveland, Ford and Burnett are your defensive ends, Rimkus and Shirk, your defensive tackles, your linebackers, Banks, Johnson, Matthews, Menefield and Dixon, your cornerbacks, Darden and James, your safeties. And on 1st and 10, we will go with Jamal Charles on the trap right. And he loses a yard. It was Burnett with the tackle. So, a game everybody had been looking for, each team 3-1. We're going to go to J.T. Smith on a slant, which is a good call against the blitz for 2nd and 11. Incomplete, and it was Darden who was slow getting up, and his return is probable, so they're going to bring James in to replace him, Tommy James, who was one of those two-way players we keep speaking of in this league because this historical collection we use for the Hometown Football League. We picked 2,400 players from 1940 to the present using that historical set in Action PC Football from Dave Koch Sports. And some of these players are going to be two-way specialists. 3 wide receiver set for Kansas City now on 3rd and 11. They'll go medium hitch to Gonzalez. That's incomplete. And it will be 4th and 11. Gerald Wilson back to punt deep into a slight wind. And the return was by Metcalf for 11 yards. Tackled by Flowers. You don't bring me flowers anymore. Okay, here's your starting lineup for Cleveland. Brown and Motley are going to be your running backs. What a tandem that will be. Mitchell and Warfield are your starting wide receivers. Kellen Winslow at tight end. That is Kellen Winslow Jr. Otto Graham at quarterback. Thomas, Hickerson, Mack, Willis, and Shafrath will be your offensive line. Allen and Smith, your defensive ends for Kansas City. Buchanan and Mays, that's Buck Buchanan at defensive tackle. Bell, Lanier, Hall, your linebackers. Thomas and Lewis at corner. Robinson and Cherry at safety. On 1st and 10, we'll see what happens here. And that's a give to Motley for 2 yards. Can't go wrong with this Cleveland offense. Has a lot of weapons. 2nd and 8, ball at the 35. The throw and a catch. Winslow had some space, and he catches it, tackled by Thomas after a gain of 15. First and 10, ball exactly at midfield. No, I don't want to call timeout because I was trying to hit the CPU button. It's Graham. Was looking for Winslow, but on that play, it was a near interception by Emmett Thomas, and that could have gone for 6 the other way, I'm being told. Second and 10, midfield still. You throw and another catch. This to Jim Brown. A gain of 13, so Brown gets involved for the first time today. I think they would have gone to him rushing the ball, but maybe that'll be next. Nope, quick pass and an incompletion. As I guess Paul Brown is trying to take advantage of the fact that Otto Graham right now is the best thrower in the league, so he's throwing early and often. That's incomplete to Winslow looking for Thomas. Second and 10 at the 37 of KC. Incomplete looking for Winslow again. They bring Jim Benton in as the third wide receiver, so you have a 49, a 49, and a 42 in there. Put that all together and you got 140. Third and 10. He says, here's your throw. Incomplete. Mitchell was double covered, but he dropped it. So it's going to be punt return time for Kansas City, but we will watch for a fake this deep in Kansas City territory. It goes out of bounds at the 5. Punt of 32 yards by Gary Collins, who's also a wide receiver on this team. Again, two-way players. You had a lot of players back in the 40s and 50s who could play offense and defense, and even in the 60s you had players who played offense or defense and also doubled playing special teams, maybe even kicking or punting. Trap left for Jamal Charles. And this is a heavy blitz. I'm going to call an audible and go to McClinton. McClinton, a good pass catcher out of the backfield. There he goes. Off for 18 yards. It was Minifield bringing him down, and it's now a first and 10. The ball moved out to the 23. Off tackle right, Charles on this first down play. A gain of 4, so they finally get the ball to him after having audibled to McClinton. To Bow on a short hitch here. Second down, incomplete. To Charles. Actually, it's third down, so scratch that. We're going to go to Gonzalez on a medium slant on third down. Dawson. Nice throw there, 17 yards. Good to Gonzalez. And it's first and 10 at the 44. They'll go to a double tight end set. 8 in the box, so they'll run away from the strong side and go off tackle left with Jamal Charles. Charles with a 6-yard gain. Running how Ezzard Charles used to fight back when he was heavyweight champion. Smith. Well, actually, we're going to go to Charles again. And this is going to be a pitch right. Another first down, a gain of 7. Against Las Vegas last week, Charles ran for 117 yards. Good to know information there. McClinton, dive play. Blitz coming. So we're going to screen it to McClinton again until they figure that one out. That's a first down. Pick up a 14. Trap right, Jamal Charles. Gain of 3. And Trier was injured in the play with something happening to his arm, but he will stay in. McClinton on a dive, second and 7, ball to 26 as the rain lightly continues to fall. Gain of 2 there, Shirk on the stop. Third and 5. They're going to go to Otis Taylor here on the short slant, but it was incomplete. So Kansas City has to kick it away, 4th and 5. They bring Lawrence Tynes on to try a 41-yard field goal with the wind. And it's good. And it's 3-0. KC with 4:51 left in this game. Metcalf, Mitchell, and Motley, 3 M's. Back deep for Cleveland. touchback. 1st and 10, the ball resting right on the 20-yard line as it always does after a touchback. 8 in the box for KC. I think they're expecting a run, and wisely so, as Motley with a quick hitter gains 6. 2nd and 4, ball to 26. Brown gets loose for 7, but we have a marker.
Offense, number 82, 10-yard penalty.
And that's Kellen Winslow Jr. getting caught for a holding. 2nd and 14, the ball at the 16 now. 84 yards to go for a score. Another quick pass, throw, and catch. This to Winslow for 15 yards and a 1st down. Move the ball to the 31 for this 1st down play. Brown. And another marker down.
Offsetting penalties. Repeat 1st down.
That's going to wipe out a nice gain by Brown on what would have been his first carry of the game. 1st and 10, ball to 31. Screen. Looking for Brown, but a little beyond him. Incomplete. 2nd and 10, the ball still at the 31. Here's your throw. It's caught by Winslow, a gain of 9. Pete Brewster comes in as an extra tight end on this 3rd and 1 play from the 40. We have 2:53 left in the opening quarter. It's going to be an end around. Looking for Mitchell. Brown gave it to Mitchell, and no gain on the play. 4th and 1 at the 40. KC's going to get the ball back on a punt, barring anything unforeseen. And a return, and a nice one, 13 yards by Hall. So Kansas City gets it back with a $1:32 on the clock in the opening quarter. I have some news and notes for you after this quarter ends. We're going to go tackle left, off tackle left, Jamal Charles, as they run right to the strong side and pick up 4 yards anyway. Crowd cheers that. Now looking at a 2nd and 6. Short pass coming. It's going to go to Tony Gonzalez. Incomplete, marker down.
Holding, offense, number 58, 10-yard penalty.
They get Rudney, and it'll be 2nd and 16. They'll go to Charles. Trap right. Try to knock down some yardage off of this, and it's a gain of 9. And that'll be it for the 1st quarter. 3-0 Kansas City. So, some news and notes. Also coming out today on Big Paulie's World of Sports Sim channels, we have the Grand Slam Wrestling match of the week. We have Farmer Burns against Lou Fez, a couple of old schoolers going at it for the World Heavyweight title of GSW. That will be sometime later on tonight. My work schedule is getting to the point where I will be working Monday through Friday of next week. We will just be doing HTFL videos throughout the week, and then over the weekend we will be catching up on our other projects such as Grand Slam Wrestling, such as OOTP, and we're finally going to get around to doing Franchise Hockey Manager. We'll probably do that tomorrow, Sunday, August 2nd, and then probably do it again next weekend. Back to the game. 60 total yards so far for Cleveland, 83 for Kansas City. Cleveland has run 12 plays, 9 passes. Kansas City has been balanced. They have run 15 plays. 8 of them have been rushes so far. We're looking at the stats, and I would give Jamal Charles probably the nod for offensive standout with his 7 carries and 32 yards. Crucial play here as we begin the 2nd quarter. It's 3rd and 7. Medium hitch to Otis Taylor. Blitz coming, so we're going to screen it to Charles. Always like those screens on blitzes. Incomplete.
Pass interference.
But
defense. Number 59. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. 1st down.
Had Cleveland played it cleanly, they would have gotten the ball back on a punt, but not to be. McClinton. Trap right. Gain of 2, and that'll be 2nd and 8 now. We'll go to Smith on a medium fly. Instead, it's a dump off to Charles, who gains 5 yards. making it 3rd and 3, which is the down and distance of the play that changed pro football in the 80s when Joe Montana rolled to his right and looked for Dwight Smith, and Smith leapt in the air and made the catch, beat Dallas for the NFC Championship, and went on to win Super Bowl 16. 3rd and 3, Tony Gonzalez, short hitch. That game's on YouTube, by the way, worth looking up. One of the better games ever. Incomplete. What's interesting about that season was that two of the best 5 games ever played took place on a week apart. The Epic in Miami, the Miami-San Diego game in 1982, and then the following week they had the San Francisco-Dallas game. So you never know what you'll find within the space of the week in the NFL. Okay, back to the action. Jarrell Wilson will punt it deep. Hope they could pin him here. And it was returned by Metcalf from the 3, very dangerous, out to the 13. 13-11 left and a half. It's 3-0 Chiefs. Cleveland now with the wind advantage that Kansas City had in the first quarter, so Cleveland will have that for this quarter and next, and then Kansas City will get it back. But it's a slight breeze. 1st and 10 at the 13 as the rain continues to fall. Incomplete. Winslow is the intended receiver, and we've seen Otto Graham try to hook up with Kellen Winslow Jr. many times so far. 2nd and 10, ball to 13. Throw. Incomplete to Winslow again. They're going to look at it.
Upon further review, the ball was secured before it hit the ground. The pass is complete.
Cleveland
No timeout will be charged.
Challenges the play and gets it overturned. Winslow did indeed catch it, and the ball moves to the 33. 1st and 10 from there. An HTFL play. Scores and turnovers can be looked at by the replay booth, but it's up to the teams to question everything else, and they get 1 challenge per game. 1st and 10, ball at the 33. Graham is sacked, he fumbles, and they keep possession. Graham got back to his own fumble and a loss of 4. 2nd and 14, the ball at the 29. Looking for Brown on the screen, but Graham has to audible to Winslow. Had to check down, but that was incomplete as well. 3rd and 14 at the 29. Graham had a little bit of trouble getting started here. Long throw. Oh, speak of the devil, he makes a nice catch. To Mitchell. Graham to Mitchell for 32 yards. So just when you thought Graham was having a bad day, he makes a big play there. Ball moves all the way to the Kansas City 39 for 1st and 10. Motley, not much there. He loses one, in fact. Thomas on the tackle. 2nd and 11. Ball at the 40. Throw and a catch. This is to Winslow again, and he gets 24. Nicely done by Otto Graham, who's now 7 for 14 and 128 yards. 1st and 10 at the 16. There's your give to Brown, and Jim Brown, on his first carry of the day, has a 16-yard touchdown. And Cleveland is now taking the lead at 6-3, about to be 7-3. Good by Matt Barr. 9:47 left to go first half. Dante Hall back deep along with Charles and Ed Podolak. And that's Dante Hall.
Illegal block. Receiving team.
Oh, you got a benefit of an illegal block by Robinson, and that's going to back Kansas City up to their own 7. They got 93 yards to go for pay dirt. McClinton on a dive. Trying to get a little bit of yardage going their way. That's a gain of a yard. Matthews on the stop. We'll go to Charles, and we will pitch it right. He's in his own end zone. Get out of there, Jamal. No gain. 3rd down and 9. We'll leave Charles in to block on this very crucial 3rd and 9 play. And we're going to go to Gonzalez, hopefully over the middle. Dawson will run, and he gains 6. He needed 9. So it'll be 4th and 3. Jarrell Wilson will probably be punting in his own end zone, if not close to it, just outside the end zone. And Cleveland will start with good field position after Metcalf returns the punt 6 yards to Cleveland's own 47. So they only have 53 yards to go. First and 10, 7:28 left in the half. Cleveland seems to have turned the tide in this game a little bit their favor. Motley on a dive, he picks up 4, and it was Ali who brings him down. Let's take a look at. Actually, we can't because he has left the game as Kansas City has brought in 5 defensive backs to counter Cleveland, bringing in 3 wideouts. 2nd and 6 at the 49. Here's Brown. He gets 3. Jimmy Brown out of Syracuse, one of the greatest NFL players of all time. He gains 3 yards. 3rd and 3. Ball at the 46. No, I do not want to call a timeout. Throw. Incomplete. Winslow should have had that one, but he couldn't get it. 4th and 3 at the KC 46. I'll watch for a fake here. No fake coming. Ball goes out of bounds at the 21. A measly punt of 25 yards there for Gary Collins. 1st and 10 KC. We have 5:49 left to go in the half. Charles trapped right in the double tight end set. Cleveland showing blitz, so we're going to screen it to McClinton instead. Looked like it was tipped by somebody, and McClinton is off to the races. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, all the way down. Inside the 10 to the 6. 73 yards, and once again, McClinton has himself a 100-yard receiving game. Here's the play here, and you see McClinton just got loose. He runs like Delbert McClinton sings, and that's a compliment. 1st and goal at the 6. Off tackle right, Jamal Charles. Touchdown. Kansas City back on top. So very quickly, Kansas City flips the field. They go 79 yards on 2 plays, only taking 1:14. Here's your point after try. Good by Tynes. And it's 10-7 with 4:35 left to go in the half. Metcalf, Mitchell, and Motley, the 3 M's, back for Cleveland. We mentioned them before. I don't know why I'm mentioning them again. And it's Metcalf with a nice return of 29 out to the 35. 1st and 10 from there. Duel of running backs has now emerged. Long throw to Winslow, incomplete as Thomas had tight coverage on Winslow. That was Derek Thomas, I do believe. Now, you're looking at 2nd and 10 at the 35. Jimmy Brown picks up 5. Surprising that Cleveland has not gone to him more. 3rd and 5. Ball at the 40. 4:06 left in the half. Throw was a dump pass out to Brown, and he gained 6. Good enough for the 1st down. It was Willie Lanier who brought him down. 1st and 10. Incomplete as Graham threw a pass to Mitchell against Robinson. Threw it into double coverage, but was lucky to get out of there with just the incompletion. 2nd and 10, ball at the 46. Throw and an incompletion to Winslow. And Graham now struggling again. He's 8 out of 19 for 134 yards. For 3rd and 10, ball at the 46.
False start.
And we have
Offense,
a false start.
Number 73, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, 3rd down.
Against Thomas. That would be Joe Thomas out of Wisconsin. 3rd and 15. Ball at the 41 now. Caught by Winslow on a 1st down. Winslow has now gone over the 100-yard mark in receiving, and we still have 2:25 left in the half. Cleveland's going to get one more play in before the 2-minute warning. It's a give to Brown, who gains 4, and Hall tripped him up. Actually, Cleveland's getting another play in. Screen to Jimmy Brown, and that's a nice one for 22 yards. And let's see, it was Thomas missing a tackle, and Brown got out of bounds on his own power. 2-minute warning time. It's 10-7 KC. Back to the game, 1st and 10. Ball at the 15 of KC. Looking for Winslow.
Pass interference, defense.
But that'll
Number
just work just the
18,
same.
Automatic, first down.
As they get Emmett Thomas for pass interference, so move the ball to the Kansas City 6 for 1st and goal.
Holding, offense, number 51, 10-yard penalty.
And that wipes out a 1-yard loss. We accept the penalty and make it 1st and goal from the 16 instead of 2nd and goal from the 7. There's your touchdown. That was Otto Graham to Jim Benton. And Graham goes back to 50% throwing the ball, 11 for 22, 190, and his first touchdown of the game. Point after try is blocked by Bobby Bell. And it's 13-10, Kansas City, trailing by 3, not 4, with $1:34 on the clock. Hall back deep. And Hall's got a chance to return one for a score anytime he touches the ball. 2-minute drill, I think Kansas City will go into. Medium fly to Dwayne Bowe. Each team with timeouts left. Kansas City with 3, Cleveland with 2, and that was incomplete. They'll go to Charles on a short pass. Incomplete, but a marker.
Holding, defense, number 59, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Dawson has not had a bad day, had a good day either. He's throwing it like Richard Dawson, a Family Feud, 5 out of 11, 127 yards. The big play he has had was that long screen to McClinton. Smith on the medium out. Incomplete, but another marker down.
Intentional grounding, offense, number 16, 10-yard penalty, loss of down.
Lynn Dawson gets called for the intentional grounding. 2nd and 20. Ball at the 20 now. We'll go to Charles on a draw. See what we can get here. That's a gain of 2. Cleveland will call timeout. So 3rd and 18. So a lot of pressure here on KC to get something going offensively on this play. Go plus route and we'll go to Taylor. Incomplete. Hammered by Don Paul. No, not Tommy James. Although I don't think Tommy James was with the Shondells on this one. Don Paul, there you see him there out of Washington State. Played on those 50s teams. And it's punting time for KC. Here's Wilson. And there's Metcalf back deep. And they will have good field position. Metcalf breaks free. Put it on the board. Touchdown. 62 yards on the punt return. So the bad news is Kansas City's going to get the ball back before the half. That's actually the good news, but the bad news is they're going to be down 10 points perhaps. Here's the point after. It's good. And it's 20-10 with 42 seconds left to go. Here's Hall back deep. Taken at the goal line. Return of 24, tackled by Schaffner. Del Schaffner. Well, he's the only Schaffner I knew that played football. Okay. Kansas City still with 3 timeouts left. I think they could do some damage over the middle on this. Slant to Otis Taylor to start this off. Incomplete. And Taylor had running room, but maybe he saw that running room and forgot to catch the ball. 27 seconds left. We'll go to, not to Taylor again. Hitch to J.T. Smith. Incomplete. Broken up by Chip Banks. 3rd and 10. That's the Cleveland fans cheering. 4 wide. Going a man in motion, go medium pass to Mr. Taylor. A sack. Burnett gets to Dawson, and Cleveland burns their last time out. Still 17 seconds on the clock, so they could still make something happen here, and they will go to the sideline and punt it away from Metcalf. And that was not a good punt, 26 yards. And that gives Cleveland a chance to get a score here real quick. 10 seconds left. 1st and 10 at the KC 45. Pitch to Brown, and Brown does not gain much, 3 yards. Kansas City will not call a timeout. Cleveland cannot run another play, and that's halftime. 20-10, Cleveland. Cleveland is rocking. So we will take a look at the halftime stats. You got 228 total yards for Cleveland. You got 172 for Kansas City. 32 plays run by Cleveland. 22 of them have been passes. Very surprising when you got Jim Brown in the backfield. 29 plays run by Kansas City. They have run 15 passes. We have two players over 100 yards in receiving. We have McClinton, who went over the 100-yard mark earlier, and the exact stats we do not have because he's being subbed out at the moment. And Kellen Winslow has 6 catches for 101 yards already. So a lot more scoring than I think anybody was expecting. It's 20-10, and Cleveland now gets the ball back to start the second half and a chance to really put it away if they can get a touchdown here. 1st and 10, the ball at the 20 to Jimmy Brown, who gets to the line and loses a yard, actually. Willie Lanier on the tackle. 2nd and 11, the ball now resting at the 19. Perhaps a little wet with all the rain. Brown, gain of 4. Speak of the devil, they put a little towel over the ball before this play, as was often the case. Back in the 70s and 80s, they would, if it was raining and the ball was wet, sometimes they would put a towel over it, and then they figured out that really didn't do a lot of good. 3rd and 7 at the 23. Here's Graham. Long throw, incomplete, looking for Benton. Thomas on the stop. Benton had the touchdown, right? The second touchdown for the Browns, and then Eric Metcalf got one on a punt return. Speaking of punt returns, we have one set up. This is Gary Collins punting to Dante Hall, and Hall with a fair catch at the 31. Kansas City is a good running team, but they're really not set up to throw it. They have a great tight end in Tony Gonzalez, but the wide receivers will leave you a little wanting. We'll go to J.T. Smith on the slant. That's a catch. You must have heard me. Gain of 12. Minifield on the stop. We'll go to Charles on the screen as Cleveland shows blitz, and I didn't even know it was coming. And Jamal Charles picks up 15 yards. So quickly, Kansas City has picked up 27 yards in 2 plays, and they have moved inside Cleveland territory. We will go to McClinton on a dive. He has 105 yards receiving.
Offsides, defense. Number 44, 5-yard penalty.
Won't pick up any more there as Remkus gets called for being offsides. 1st and 5, long pass, play action to Tony Gonzalez. Kansas City will look for the quick strike. They don't get it.
Holding, offense. Number 54, 10-yard penalty.
That's Waters gets called for holding, and we have had so far in this game 12 penalties, so it's been a bit sloppily played to go along with the sloppy weather we are having at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Of course, the Chiefs used to play at Municipal Stadium, which was an old minor league ballpark for the Kansas City Monarchs, and that hosted the Kansas City Athletics of Major League Baseball with a nice little pit stop for a decade or so before the A's moved to Oakland via Philadelphia. They stopped and played about a decade or so in Kansas City. Anyway, back to the game. First and 15, the ball at the 47 of Cleveland. We're going to go Charles off tackle right. Love these inside runs for some reason. A run of 4 yards, and Darden brought him down. Outside run this time. We'll go to Charles again. Can Charles turn the corner? No, no gain. Third and 11. Kansas City's going to have to throw here. They will go to Bo, medium fly. Caught, first down. Bo picks up 14, moved the chains, and the ball now at the Cleveland 29 for a first down play. We'll go Charles. There you are, Jamal. Pitch left. And this time Charles finds the corner and then some. A first down. Gain of 10. McClinton, screen. Incomplete. To Bo, medium hitch. Touchdown. Bo. And Kansas City. An extra point away from a 3-point game. Here's your point after try. It's good. Tynes puts it through. It's 20-17 with 8:35 left to go. Metcalf waiting for the kickoff. He's already returned a punt for a score today. Can he do so with a kick
Illegal
return?
block.
No, sir.
Receiving team.
And a legal block. Going to have Cleveland setting up inside their own 10 at the 7. First and 10. Ball from the 7-yard line as aforementioned. To Brown. Brown's got running room. Picks up 18 yards, and Brown now at 52 yards rushing on just 8 carries. Cleveland as a team, 13 carries, 63 yards. First and 10, ball to 25. Controversy here as Winslow and Thomas get tangled. Winslow thought there was a penalty, and there was a penalty on the field at one point, but they picked it up. Second and 10, ball to 25. Long throw, caught on the sideline by Paul Warfield. Nice catch at 26 yards, and that gives Warfield his first catch of the day. So he's got 26. First and 10, the ball at the KC 49. It's to Brown. Fumble. Recovered by Kansas City. Brown had the ball pop out on him like a wet bar of soap. And Buck Buchanan picked it up for Kansas City. And they have the ball now with 6:35 left in the third. Ball at their own 47. They'll give it to Charles. We had a game a short time ago where we had back-to-back plays with turnover. That was the first turnover of the game so far. Gain of 4 on the run by Charles, and it was Matthews on the stop. We will run to the right side, and we will go with McClinton this time. McClinton turns the corner, will be close to the first. He gets it. James. Tommy James again, without the Shondells, made the tackle, and it's now first and 10 at the Cleveland 43. McClinton again on the screen, but a marker before the play.
False start. Offense. Number 77, 5-yard penalty. Repeat, first down.
Sloppiness continuing here with a lack of discipline on both sides of the ball. We have 8 penalties for Cleveland, 6 for Kansas City. I think they're still going to try to run the screen here to McClinton, though. And they should, because Cleveland is blitzing. Incomplete. Slipped through his hands. Don't know what the league policy is in the HTFL for Stickum, but maybe McClinton should get some. We'll let it pass. Medium fly to Dwayne Bowe. Incomplete. 3rd and 15. We're going to go to Gonzalez on a long fly. Though Cleveland is showing blitz, so we're going to change it to a screen to Charles and try to get in field goal range. Did not get the first down, but he picked up 10. It would be a 55-yard effort from here with 4th and 5. And Wilson's going to be brought in for a little pooch punt. And that was a nice one, downed at the 2. Nicely done by Kansas City. Cleveland will start 98 yards from the opposing goal line with 3:47 left in the 3rd. 20-17. Quick throw and a quick catch. Winslow again, a nice catch of 15 yards. Graham 13-26. Playing against a very good defense today. 1st and 10 at the 17. To Motley, who picks up 3 yards. Motley has had 5 carries for 14 yards. A lot of weapons on this Cleveland offense, as we were mentioning in the first half. 2nd and 7, ball at 20. Sometimes you don't know which ones to use. Screen to Brown as Graham was forced out of the pocket, and he gained 7 yards, and more importantly, the first down. 1st and 10 at the 27. Throw and a catch to Mitchell, who gains 19, and that was Robinson who brought him down. Ball at the 46 for a 1st and 10 play. They got 54 more yards to go now. Jim Brown gets loose. Gain of 18. And that'll do it for the 3rd quarter. It's 20-17 Cleveland as we'll let that clock run down. Time to look at the stats right now. Cleveland is on a drive. 5 plays, 62 yards, 3:47. They have accrued 339 yards, 44 plays, 28 of them passes. Kansas City with 266, 42 plays, 23 of them have been passes. Offensive standout right now, I would say, has been Kellen Winslow Jr., although Curtis McClinton has 3 catches and they have all combined gone for 105 yards. So who's going to hold on and win and go to 4-1? Will one team win? Will we have our first tie in the HTFL? We have yet to have that happen yet, and it could. And if we get to overtime, we'll talk about that as it approaches. 1st and 10 at the KC 36. And that's Brown, who does not gain a yard on that. He has had 11 carries now for 72. 2nd and 10, ball at the 36. Hope you're enjoying the game. Brown's got another first down. It looks like he does. 10 yards. Dante Hall on the stop. Not Dante Hall. I'm sorry. It was... No, not Willie Lanier. You sit down. I want to show everybody. No, go back and sit down. Tamba Hali out of Penn State. Sorry, folks. 1st and 10. Ball at the 26. Brown again. And Jim Brown looking for his 2nd touchdown. Is stopped 9 yards short of that goal. Lewis on the stop and a gain of 17. Brown 1 yard shy of 100 yards. So we'll see that pop up here in a moment, I would think. 1st and goal, ball to 9. Kansas City looking to add to that 3-point lead. Touchdown, Jimmy Brown, and there he goes, over 100 yards, rushing at 108. And that's his 2nd touchdown of the day. He had a 16-yarder earlier. And it's 26-17 with a point after approaching and good. 27-17, we have 12:41 left in regulation. Hall back deep for Kansas City. I think everybody was expecting, with the rain, this to be a low-scoring game, and it has turned out to be anything but, with both teams combining so far for 44 points, and we still have a quarter to go. Charles, trap right. Kansas City still going to try to run the ball for now. A gain of 2. 3 wideouts in the game. It's going to be Bowe, and it's going to be a medium hitch. Long throw and a catch. But a marker down. Let's wait for that.
Offsetting penalties.
Oh, that's going to wipe out the play. Tony Gonzalez with a nice catch, but there were offsetting penalties, so this play will be replayed. We'll go to Charles, short pass, since we have better odds of that. Incomplete. Dawson had to get rid of it quickly, was not able to. Well, he was able to, but he wasn't able to make the completion. 3rd and 8. Medium out to Otis Taylor. Caught. First down. Gain of 18. Nicely done. Dawson, 11 for 25, 215. He's feeling the wrath of the Cleveland defense, just as Otto Graham has felt likewise for Cleveland against Kansas City. And I'm sure the rainy conditions have had a little bit to do with the poor throwing, or poorer than normal throwing. Otherwise, this game would be well into the 30s or 40s by now. Trap left, Jamal Charles. And Cleveland was playing with a man in the box to give them 8, an extra defensive back in the box. The little box being like about right here. Pitch right to Charles on 2nd and 8. Close to the first, but not there. A gain of 7. A triple tight end set. They will bring White in as the 3rd tight end. Kelsey will be the 2nd. Be an inside run, and they go to Charles, who Cleveland might be keying on, but nevertheless, it's a 3-yard gain and a first down. They'll go to McClinton. Pitch right. Instead, it'll be a screen to him on a blitz. And this time, McClinton gets stuffed for a 2-yard loss. Goes down to 103 yards receiving. Medium fly to Dwayne Bowe. That's caught. Gain of 17 and a first down for the Chiefs. Don Paul on the tackle. And let's see, for Bowe, that's his 3rd catch of the day. He and Jamal Charles are the reception leaders with 3 each, though McClinton also has 3. Smith, short hitch. Close to the first, he has it. Dixon brought him down at the 16. So now a 1st and 10 at Cleveland's 16-yard line, and it looks like the Chiefs will be able to get one of the 2 scores they need right now to at least tie the game, either a touchdown or a field goal. But you want to get the score here, the big score. Medium cross right back to J.T. Smith. Marker down. Daffy sacked by Matthews.
Number 31, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
But it's going to come back. Dawson was sacked by Matthews, I was trying to say. Interrupted by Mr. Referee there. Loss of 8 is going to get wiped out by the holding penalty, and it'll now be a 1st and goal at the 11. McClinton. Actually, we will not go to McClinton. In the double tight end set, we're going to go to Tony G. Tony Gonzalez. Incomplete. Tony G is a poker player out of Eastern Europe who resides in Australia, and look for him on YouTube, as he was very famous for trash-talking opponents. And some of his trash talk was kind of funny, actually. Short pass to McClinton on 2nd down. Dawson's going to run instead, and he gets 2 yards. Remkus makes the stop. 3rd and 8, ball at the 9. Kansas City knocking on the door here. We're going to go Bowe, medium pass. Can Bowe get another score today? Not in this play. Instead, they went to Taylor in the end zone. Incomplete. Well, 4th and 8 at the 9. You got to kick the field goal and hope he gets it. Tynes, cut it to a 7-point game. Yes. It's 27-20, and there's 5:16 left to go. Metcalf back deep, touchback. So Cleveland, with a few plays, a few good executions of plays, they can win this game. They're up 7. Graham back to throw. That's surprising. You think they would have run it there. or would be focused on running the ball. It was Winslow on the catch. Gain of 18 before Thomas could bring him down. First and 10, ball at the 38. Motley, loss of a yard. Second and 11, ball at the 37. Brown gains a yard. Third and 10, 3:38 to go. Will Kansas City use a timeout here? No, they won't get the chance to. Well, they could, but it wouldn't really be productive. A 16-yard catch for Winslow. That's his 9th of the day, and he's at 150 yards, as you see right there. That's actually a photo of Kellen Winslow Sr. It was Kellen Winslow Jr. who played for the Browns. Each team with 3 timeouts still. We have 2:48 left to go in the game. It's going to be an end-around play to Mitchell, who gains nothing. Kansas City not going to use a timeout still. They'll wait for the 2-minute warning. Second and 10 at the Kansas City 46. They give it to Motley. Motley's got a first down, and now Kansas City in some trouble. They will burn their first timeout here with 1:49 to go. Ball at the 35. First and 10. A throw, surprisingly.
Holding offense. Number 73, 10-yard penalty.
They get Thomas for a hold, and Kansas City has to take it. First and 20 at the 45. Brown up the middle. Good night, nurse. Gain of 43 all the way to the 2, and now Jim Brown is at 152 yards rushing for the day. Kansas City's got to burn their second timeout, and it's pretty much all she wrote for Kansas City right here. A throw by Graham. What are you doing throwing the ball there? Went through it to Mitchell, not to Mitchell, but to Winslow, tipped by Bell. Just run the ball. You can run the clock out. Second and goal from the 2. Graham throws again. I don't believe it. Ali tipped it. There's an interception here. The Chiefs still have a shot at tying the game. Third and goal at the 2. This time they give it to Brown. Sanity finally prevails, and Brown has his 3rd touchdown of the day. He has 10 on the season. He has had touchdowns of 16 yards, 9 yards, and 2 yards. And you could turn out the lights because this party is over. It's 34-20. Cleveland with a $1:11 to go. Hall back deep. Now, if he can bring this one back all the way, that would be a different story. But it's a return of 30 to the 39. You got 1:02 left, but the Chiefs now just have 1 timeout. Medium out to Taylor. Kansas City facing a deep, loose defense. They want to keep everything in front. Smith, short out. That's caught, but we have a marker.
Holding offense. Number 77, 10-yard penalty.
That is the 18th penalty of the day, and it's going to be first and 20. We'll go Gonzalez medium out. That's caught. Gain of 17. Clock will move, so we'll burn our last timeout. Ball the 40-yard line. We got to head out of bounds on every play now. Smith, short out. Incomplete. 41 seconds left. Gonzalez, medium out. That's caught. Can he get out of bounds? He can. Darden pushed him out. Why would you push him out there? Gain of 22. 32 seconds left, so there is still time. We're going to go over the middle to Taylor and just hope here. Blitz. Incomplete. Okay, back to the out plays. It's going to be a ball the 18, so long out really doesn't help us. Make that Smith on the medium out. Can it get there? No. Third and 10. 22 seconds to go. We'll go Gonzalez medium out. Dawson's going to run. Oh my, he's going to be short. So they can't, they don't have any realistic hope of tying the game here. And they will just run a medium slant to Gonzalez and hope they get a touchdown just to make the score nice. Incomplete. And that's your game. Gonzalez is screaming at the officials for a pass interference, and the officials are telling him, go on home. 34-20, Cleveland prevails over Kansas City, and that's why they were the 4-point favorite. Player of the game, I think, would be Jim Brown. 17 rushes, 154 yards. We'll look at the team stats. 465 yards for Cleveland. They went to the red zone 4 times and scored touchdowns 4 times. 381 yards for Kansas City. They went to the red zone 4 times, scored 3 times. 2 were touchdowns, one was a field goal. They had the ball for a longer period of time with 31-54. Penalties, 18 of them, 10 by Cleveland. Cleveland ran 58 plays, 32 passes. Kansas City ran 62 plays, 37 passes. And on first downs, it was about even, 26-21. We'll look at the scoring summary real fast. And it was back and forth and back and forth. No team had more than 2 scores. Cleveland had the biggest run of the game, 14-point splurge at the end of the second half. They were down 10-7. Actually, it was a 13-point run they had because one of their extra points was blocked. McClinton, Dawson, and Charles, standouts for Kansas City. Kellen Winslow should be here in this. He's not pictured. Kellen Winslow Jr. should be pictured and not Kellen Winslow Sr. I'll probably have to go fix that one of these days. So a look at the standings. Cleveland with the win goes to 4-1, and they will be a full game in front of everybody if Pittsburgh wins their game later on in the week, if they play a game. Because we have 2 teams with byes this week. Kansas City in that upper West division that should be very competitive. They will be at 3-2. Denver is yet to play, and so is San Francisco. They have a very big game coming up with Los Angeles later on in the week. Speaking of the games to come, Pittsburgh does play later on this week against Green Bay, by the way. We have Detroit at St. Louis, Washington at Arizona, and then one of the big games this week, San Francisco at Los Angeles. But for today, Cleveland 34, Kansas City 20, Cleveland going to 4-1, and Kansas City dropping to 3-2. This has been Big Paulie coming to you. We wish you Godspeed and God bless wherever you are and whenever you see this, whether it be the original date of airing of August 1st or sometime in the fall or who knows, maybe in the year 2100 when I'm long gone. We wish you well and Godspeed, and so long for now, everybody.